Today as we celebrate the mission to remember the fallen, honor those that serve their families, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. We ask that to start the event, you all please join me in a moment of silence to remember the fallen, prisoners of war, those missing in action, and honor those who have served and are serving this great nation's armed forces. Thank you. Please stand while the Fitch NJROTC presents the colors. Color Guard, present the colors.
Colors. Ready, cut. Color Guard, forward, march. Color Guard, halt. Reason. Color.
And now our national anthem, presented by the Nutmeg Fife and Drum Corps. Thank you very much. It's perfect. This year, across the country, at 4,218 locations, millions of Americans will gather to place approximately 2.7 million wreaths, gathering as one nation to remember, honor, and teach. We are all proud to be Americans that live in a free society made up of many people from many walks of life. The freedoms we enjoy today have not come without a price. Lying here before us and in cemeteries throughout the nation are men and women who gave their lives that we can live in freedom and without fear. We can worship as we see fit. We can raise our children to believe as we do. We are free to vote for the leaders of our choosing, and we have the right to succeed and or fail at whatever endeavor we wish to pursue. The United States of America was founded on the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Our nation stands as a shining beacon of liberty and freedom to the world. We thank those who gave their lives to keep us free, and we shall not forget you. We shall remember. Today, more than ever, we reflect on our nation's veterans and active duty service members who have had and continue to fight to protect the innocent and oppressed. This nation has always been the first to stand up for freedom of people around the world. Many of you here today have answered that call and served our country well. For this, we say thank you. We are honored to know you. There are many men and women serving today in all branches of the military, here at home and in places far away, that most of us have never heard of. These men and women are part of the best trained, best equipped force in the world. We honor them and their families for the sacrifice they make each day to keep our country safe from terrorism, hatred, and injustice. This year, we've added an additional ceremonial wreath to honor the men and women currently serving in the U.S. Space Force, along with those veterans who have served in roles helping to secure our national interests in space. Quoting our 40th United States President, Ronald Reagan, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on to them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free." Today, we show a united front of gratitude and respect across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who serve their families, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. This next part is our ceremonial wreath laying. I'm going to ask specific people to pick up one of our ceremonial wreaths based on the specific branch. We're going to place it on one of our stanchions. These ceremonial wreaths will remain here at the cemetery until after the holidays, where we'll collect them. I'm going to ask Harold from the Army to place the Army wreath on the first stanchion. Next, I'm going to ask Paul and Pan, attending Gold Star family, to place the Veterans Wreath in memory of those who served in the United States Marine Corps. Next, I'm going to ask David Anderson to lay a wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Navy. Will lay a wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Air Force. Now, Cadet Wilbur will lay a veterans wreath in honor of those who are serving in the United States Space Force. Cadet Herons will lay a wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Coast Guard. Cadet Clark will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Merchant Marines. Cadet Cortez will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of the nearly 82,000 United States servicemen from all branches of the service whose last known status was either prisoners of war or missing in action. These individuals have never returned to their families and homes. We shall not forget you. We'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge any of our Gold Star and Blue Star families who are in attendance with us. If you are present and would like to do so, please raise your hands or step forward. It is said that a person dies twice, once when they physically pass, and again when their name is no longer said out loud. We encourage every volunteer here today who places a wreath on a veteran's grave to say that veteran's name out loud and take a moment to thank them for their service to our country. It is a small act that goes a long way towards keeping the memory of our veterans alive. As you place the wreath, ensure the bow is at the 12 o'clock position. Remember, we are not here today to decorate graves. We are here to remember not their deaths, but their lives. Each wreath is a gift of appreciation from a grateful America. These live balsam fir wreaths symbolize our honor to those who have served and are serving in the armed forces of our great nation, and to their families who endure sacrifices every day on our behalf. To our children, we want you to understand that the freedoms you enjoy today have not been free, but have come at a cost that someday you may have to pay yourself. As a nation standing together, we can defeat terrorism, hatred, and injustice. Thank you to our veterans. We have the freedom to do just that. I'm now going to take an opportunity to invite our first selectman, Rob Rule, from the town of Waterford, to say a few words.
Oh, you tall guys. I'm proud to be here on behalf of my father being a 28-year senior chief in the Coast Guard Academy, my brother being an airborne ranger in Gulf War I. It's an honor for me to be here today. To our veterans and family members here, please know we love you, we appreciate you, and we thank you. Wreaths Across America ceremonies like this one here at Jordan Cemetery in Waterford and across the country provide us the opportunity to remember our fallen U.S. veterans, honor those who serve, and teach our children the value of freedom. All of you here today are part of the nationwide effort, as you heard before. Dedicated volunteers are placing millions of wreaths on graves of our most decorated citizens, our veterans. Thank you for your service and the sacrifice you and your loved ones have made to keep America free and preserve our way of life. On behalf of the town of Waterford, I'd like to personally acknowledge and thank everyone as well as our first responders in town. I'd like to do a special thank you to Kathy, Cassidy, and Dominion, one of our largest supporters in town, for taking this on today. We really appreciate all you do. You give so unselfishly. So, thank you. Yep, thank you. Thank you very much. It takes a profound strength to wear our nation's uniform, our country's noblest calling, as the defenders of liberty and democracy. Soldiers, sailors, airmen, and women, Marines who have sacrificed so much, yet expected nothing more than a thank you in return. Our veterans offered their lives and made sacrifices for the sake of humanity. I promise you all here today, I will never forget our veterans, nor will Waterford. I will always respect those who served and their families. And I will always take the time to say thank you for your service. Today, more than ever, let us not forget that freedom has a price, and that today is a special day across this great country to remember those who have fallen, who have paid that price. I want to take this moment to thank them, my family, and all of you here for your service to our amazing country. Today, my hope is that I can help remind others that we have a great responsibility to uphold the legacy of our veterans. Wreaths across America honors our departed heroes, but it does even more. It tells the veterans still with us that we honor their service. It tells our men and women in uniform today that we are grateful for their courage and devotion to duty. It tells the families of those serving our country that they are in our thoughts and prayers always. It tells the loved ones of the fallen that we share their grief and will remember. Finally, we pay tribute to those who have given us the most precious gift of all, our freedom. As I end my comments here today, please know that the town of Waterford remains committed to honoring our men and women in uniform. We appreciate and respect those who make the sacrifice to serve our nation and honor our fallen heroes and family members here today. Thank you for the invitation to be here, to speak. May God bless our service members and their families. May God bless the town of Waterford, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
All right, just a few final instructions. So throughout the cemetery, you'll find there are cases of wreaths placed. They may not be local to where every grave is, but they are scattered throughout the cemetery. When you pick up a wreath and you go to place the wreath, and this is especially important for all of our children, right? We want to remember, honor, and teach. We want to say thank you and speak the veteran's name. Again, we want to make sure that that veteran's name is spoken out loud again. Place the wreath with the bow at the 12 o'clock position, and where possible at the headstone, not at the footstone, please. Children may place the wreaths, but must be accompanied by an adult to ensure the wreath is placed per the instructions. As you place a wreath, you'll note each veteran's grave that's here is marked with either a pink or an orange or red small little flag. That's going to denote where each wreath can be placed. As you place the wreath, please pick up the flag and you can bring it back here to the back of the trailer. I do ask that families that wish to place a wreath for a family member who may rest here to do so now, and allow the rest of our crowd to give them a moment to do so. the special honor for each of those families to be able to do it. There is one box right up here, right by the birdhouse, where folks can grab a wreath, or you may go close to where your stone is and grab a wreath from there. That concludes our ceremony. Again, please enjoy the beautiful day that we have here. Thank our veterans, and we thank all of you for being here and helping in such a great cause.
Thank you, Doug.
Take the wreath, bow straight up and down at 12 o'clock. You're going to lay it down and you're going to say his name.
Wait, what is it?
Mortimer Charter. Say his name.
Mortimer Charter.
Yep, set it up. It's got to stand up.
Mortimer Charter.
There you go. Good job.
Very nice.